Welcome to the new episode of Tech News. Samsung unveiled Galaxy M34 5G. Samsung has introduced a mid-budget smartphone Galaxy M34 5G. Its main features are optical camera stabilization, a 120Hz AMOLED display, and one of the most capacious batteries in its class. Samsung Galaxy M34 5G received an AMOLED matrix with a diagonal of 6.5 inches, a refresh rate of 120Hz, and a resolution of Full HD+. The display is covered with protective glass Corning Gorilla Glass 5. The front camera is placed in a teardrop-shaped cutout and received a resolution of 12 megapixels. The main camera has optical stabilization, a 50-megapixel matrix, and an additional 2-megapixel module for blurring the background. In addition, an ultra-wide module for 8 megapixels is provided. The hardware platform of the smartphone is built on an Exynos 1280 processor with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. At the same time, the capacity of the internal storage is 128 gigabytes. Also inside, there is a battery for 6000 mAh with support for 25-watt fast charging. Galaxy M34 5G runs on Android 13 with a One UI OS, and according to the manufacturer, will receive operating system updates for the next 4 years and security updates for 5 years. The price of a smartphone in the 6 and 128 gigabytes versions is $219, and for the 8 and 128 gigabytes version, you will have to pay $231. Honor 90 has entered the international market. Honor has introduced a global version of Honor 90 smartphone, the distinctive features of which are a display with a record PWM frequency and a 200-megapixel camera. The smartphone differs from the version for the Chinese market in the amount of RAM and storage. The manufacturer has already announced the price of a global modification of the device. The Honor 90 is equipped with a 6.7-inch OLED display with a refresh rate of 120 Hz without visible flicker. It is built on the basis of the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 processor and is presented in memory configurations of 8 and 256 gigabytes and 12 and 512 gigabytes. The smartphone's triple camera includes a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide module, which is also used for macro photography, and a 2-megapixel depth of field sensor. The battery capacity of the smartphone is 5000 mAh. According to the manufacturer, the proprietary 66-watt supercharge technology provides 45% charge recovery in just 15 minutes. The device is running Magic OS 7.1 firmware based on Android 13. The global version of the smartphone has already gone on sale in the UK in the case colors Midnight Black, Emerald Green, and Diamond Silver. The price of the modification for 8 and 256 gigabytes is £449.99, and the version with 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes drive will cost buyers £499.99.